Hello, hi. Welcome to Wave PRs. I am not your owner. I am simply a wanderer who couldn't keep their own opinions to themselves. And while I go shedding shit takes, I had to bring my boys.
Hi, it's me, one of the boys.
It's me, I'm the other boy.
For those uninitiated, this is Chiva and Len. And we're here to
One of whom is not even in the server.
It's me, I'm the rogue agent.
But yeah, I got permission to do this because I wanted to. Let's look at some teams, boys. We got 16 of them. And the first one's a Dragapult team.
Next.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Um,
mid.
First draft, gotta take Dragapult. But that boy 16 has Dragapult, Garchomp, Tail Corviknight, Tail Terrakion, Rotom Heat, Slowbro, Iron Jug, Munkidori, Snorlax, and Pikachu.
You know, I'm seeing a lot of drag, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of mag.
Yeah, where's the Magnemite on this team?
Well, I forget who I was talking to, but somebody mentioned if they draft the Metal Bird, do you need the Metal Bird killer?
Yes. Because the Metal Bird doesn't trap steel types.
That's true. But Garchomp can handle it pretty well.
True. No, but I do like the very versatile dragons combined with Rotom Heat.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of utility that kind of works off each other.
There's a fairy type, which is interesting.
Don't need them. You got Munchlax in the back. You can handle it. What are the Terra types?
Terra. Oh,
They're free Terra.
Yes.
You can
Oh.
Terra to whatever you
but
want.
it's
You
open
people are
Terra. But
insane
it's open
here.
Terra. So if he has like a fairy Corviknight, he has to say before the game starts it's a fairy Corviknight.
Right.
I don't play high Terra. You guys are both in my league, and now I run Terra types, low Terra. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I like Core of Heat, Rotom Heat a lot. That's just a really cool pivot core, especially with Regenerator Mon like Slowbro.
Yeah, with Core of Rotom Heat and Slowbro, I'm honestly surprised this isn't your team.
That's very, and with a Dragapult and Garchomp, either one
Yeah.
of them. Like, yeah, he's a lot of mons that I like personally. Even a Loyal 3 that aren't good, but oh boy, do I like them.
Munkidori is so
Look.
terrible.
He's my least favorite of the three. It's not the based Pheasantipity or
Just grab like a Lake Guardian or something
Mm.
instead.
like an Azelf, honestly.
Oopsie,
Nah, but I kind
probably.
of like
Oopsie,
it
yeah.
because Monkey Door can just be annoying as hell as well. It's also another U-turn Mon
106
to bring
speed.
in like your 15 threats on this team.
Pikachu is 3 points.
That's too expensive for Pikachu. Man.
Yeah, but Light Ball.
Yeah.
Kid
It's
named Sucker
ass.
Punch.
Wait, does it?
No, I'm saying it's gonna get Sucker Punch and died because it's still a Pikachu. With
Pikachu
50
should have
base
run
HP.
Sucker Punch.
Should get Thunderclap.
So true.
I mean, Pull makes really any team its own battle. It's very good one, very versatile.
And any Rotom appliance too, so
Not any Rotom.
Are you shitting on my-
There's
are you
one
shitting
that
on
is
my boy?
completely unusable.
Is it Fan?
It's Fan.
Okay, I thought you were talking shitting on Frost. I'm like, Frost is my king. What are you talking
No,
about?
Frost is great.
I
Mr.
thought he was gonna talk
Voltbeam.
shit. And it's not base either.
Hey,
No,
it's
base is
Spinblock.
great. Yeah. They're all good. Except Fan.
I don't know why they did Fan like that. They should give him Aerolate.
No.
But yeah, no, I like this team. It has a lot of mods I like. We'll have to see where we rank it up compared to the rest of them. I've never seen Iron Jugulus or Munkidori really amount to anything. They're really just kind of nothing special attackers to me. So we'll see what they do for this team, because that's all they really do is hit things specially and can pivot in Munkidori.
Can Iron Jugulus like sub and Calm Mind like his counterpart? No.
I do not believe so.
disappointing.
I also think does Hydreigon get Combo? I don't think got Nasty Plot.
Maybe it is Nasty Plot. I don't know. He Terra Steals and then he puts a sub up. That's much. That much I know.
Yeah. I mean, I think Jug was smarter than Hydreigon here. 3 Dragon types might have been a little much.
Excuse
Probably.
me. Those aren't. That's not
Yeah.
enough.
You're right. I need to see 5 here, minimum.
True. I think. Did Munchlax keep self-destruct in this generation?
I don't know. I don't think that's a real thing to even consider.
That's
What do you mean? This league definitely has explosion clause.
Hey, that's spoilers for CDC. We can't talk about that yet. The Pterodactyl would be cool to see.
Yeah, it can just really get off strong stab hits if it wants to, or you know, you'd be defensive if you're a
Tail
coward.
flying, yeah. But I want to see
Yeah.
that tail fighting close combat just punch something.
Terra Rock Stone Edge just hit.
Just hit. Just be
Just
Iron.
be hit.
Yeah.
That could also be your emergency fairy type if you really want the Dragon Fairy Steel Core.
Yeah. I mean, make him a fairy type, have him set up bulky stealth rocks. It shows a Pokemon you can do that with.
That's basically just Clefable, right?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. All the same utility, trust. If you look hard enough at it.
I wish Tracken had a reliable recovery.
Show up.
Overcooked, I changed my mind.
Do any closing thoughts on Dat Boy's team?
I think it's incredibly weak to fairy types, even with the Corv and the Rotom.
I mean, Monkey Dory resists it, right? Isn't it
Yeah.
psychic poison?
But he's
Yeah.
he's just kind of
Monkey Dory.
frail. So any Fairymons have tons of coverage. They're just gonna blow right through that thing.
Yeah. And Namorous destroys this entire team almost single-handedly. So that's not great.
Nah, Pikachu clutches. Trust.
You could trust. Do you outspeed? No, I don't think you do. I think Namorous has
No. You don't. Pikachu's like 90 something.
Yeah. I've done agility. Let's look at Windu 200's team, which is Palafin, Terratran, Gliscor, Zapdos, Toxapex, Hatterene, Conk, Regidraco, Terra, and Lechonk.
This is just an OU team. Those first 6 mons are just an OU team.
Yeah, no, Windu's team is very solid. Terra, Heatran, I mean, you know how much I love Heatran. Gliscor, Zapdos is an awesome defensive backbone.
Yeah, and you could get a lot of hazards. You know, you can get opposing hazards with Hatterene. Pex can set T-Spikes. Gliscor can set all the other hazards.
Only thing that sucks is your only hazard removal, fun enough, is Conkeldurr.
That's funny as hell.
I love Defog Conk. Thank the Lord for egg moves.
Regidraco is ungodly based, though. I love Regidraco.
Yeah, with Open Terra, it's I feel like it's not going to be as useful as it seems on paper.
Because you're going to be ground most weeks. Or steel.
Either that, or Steel, or Poison, or Fairy. It's got a lot of options, but it's going to be known, so the surprise factor is gone. It'll be pretty obvious when it's going to Terra.
This team is very defensive in nature. Is what I'm supposed to be looking at it. Because it doesn't like Palafin and Conk. You have a very bulky team, which isn't bad by any means. And Zapdos and Heatran can be offensive.
Right. I mean, Regidrago too is only offensive.
Well, I said Palafin and Draco, I thought.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said Conk.
I probably did. But I meant the 3 of them.
Yeah, the biggest problem for this team is probably that's kind of slow. Like, is
Yeah.
Palafin speed base 100?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so being 100 as your fastest mon is like not fantastic, but if you're just going all in on defense, I don't think it's that bad.
I love Scarfetran, but he's really your best Scarfer here. Oh, that or Regidrago. And why I love Scarfetran so much is it catches people off guard, but I feel like if you're not running him bulky, you're running him Scarf here, and I feel like you have enough bulk, and you have him Terra, you're probably gonna run Scarfetran at least a couple times.
I think this team has enough priority to not have to worry too much about something like setting up like a Dragon Dance and walking all over it. Because it's got Palafin's Jet Punch, which is extremely good, and Conk also has very
Mach Punch.
strong Mach Punch.
It has an Iron Fist, I think, or Guts. So
You also have Toxapex, who refuses to die to anything, like in Haze.
yeah, and you have Gliscor and Zapdos, and really Hat giving Toxapex so many free taunts, and Heatran. Your defensive core is, I think, probably the
It's
best
really
we're gonna see all
solid.
night. Yeah. I'm just worried about Palafin needing to be the bulk up set to do anything, because I don't know if Banded Jet Punch can do it alone.
I think this team is 8 really good Pokemon and then a Lechonk.
Yeah. I feel like you could have gotten something out of your points. Like, there's some kind of Scringles in 2 points. If I were you, Window, I'd go back and look.
Yeah, I don't see Lechonk doing anything.
Like, it's funny to draft Shitmons, but I'd try to get Shitmons that at least could do something. That being said, I think Window's team is excellent. In
Yeah, I
very
think it's
many
really
ways.
good.
Yeah. Very defensive. Great pickups. And I feel like out of those 8 mons, you can really bring any of them.
Yeah, I think they can all work together pretty well. Any combination, minus Lechonk.
Only thing that kind of sucks. I mean, you have 2 Flyos, so never mind. I was gonna say, had to be the Toxapex, you can just kind of spam ground move on him. But you have Gliscor and Zapdos.
Yeah, and Terra Grass Heatran.
Yeah. But no, I think that team's excellent.
Yeah, solid.
Does somebody else want to be mini ninnies so my voice doesn't give out?
We're drafting with players we can't read.
I think that means you get to go again.
Mini Ninny has Gouging Fire, Ogerpon with Terra, Scream Tail, Alomomola, Pocant, Petrant with Terra, Ninetales, Blood Moon, Earthworm, Gordo, Moipeko, and Electros.
I mean, yeah, those first 2 Pokemon sure are really strong.
Blood Moon's great.
I think Blood Moon, especially for the point it costs, is a huge scam. Shedtail legal in this league?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't
I feel like
believe
it
so.
wouldn't be 7 points if it was.
No.
I think it's no Shed Tail, no Fire Blessing, and no Lazarus Max.
I actually
Yeah.
do really like Petrant combined with Ursula and the Blood Moon, though. Those
I
2
also-
Pokemon can get some nonsense together.
I also think even Earthworm is. I actually like Earthworm here a lot because of the Gouging Fire.
Right.
Yeah, it's really good. Probably with Ninetales too. You probably think you want to spam ground type moves, but
I do wish there was a fairy. Oh, that's Screamtail.
Yeah.
Sorry, the pink blobs blended together.
into
Moipeko
one fat blob.
Yeah. Moipeko and Goro are both your hazard control, so you got them low tier gods down there.
I think Electros is an underrated pick. That thing could run like an
I
AV
think it's
set.
a
It can run
steal for
Coral.
5. That thing should be like 7 in my opinion.
It just got Supercell Slam if you're feeling like hitting.
Trying to be him.
I think Electros is actually really good with this team. I don't know, it just seems like a strong, bulky electric type to fall back on.
I think I was talking to this about somebody. I forget. It won't matter because most people here won't know who it is. But we're talking about weather in draft, and I think this team sums up why good weather in draft, where your team is not dedicated to weather. You have a couple mons who can take advantage of it, but you can just not bring it, and you're still dealing with it. Also, Little Blood Moon and a Gouging Fire and an Ogerpon.
Yeah, like Ninetales can come and give Scream Tail and defense boost and give Gouging Fire an attack boost, whatever.
God
But
forbid a defense boost.
but it doesn't need to show up for those mons to do anything. It's not like there's a chlorophyll mon around here.
I don't know, gouging fire, terror grassing, and then using solar blade though sounds ungodly based.
Gouging Fire is not a Terramon.
Ogopon.
Overpon. There you go. Does Overpon get Solar Blade?
Yes.
Wow. You never see it used. Almost like it's ass.
It's like it's a shit move.
It was a funny haha set. I mean,
The real funny haha set is Grassy Glide.
Hey, it is. I went with that shit.
The haha funny is just Swords Dance, Ivy Cudgel, Terra,
Bonk.
Speed Boost.
Boom.
A Defiamon's nice though.
Yeah, I think this team is like just a lot of wild cards that kind of come together really nicely.
Yeah, looking at this team, I don't really know what's gonna come, and not like in the last sense. While these mons are good, I look at this team and I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's not standard in any way, but it looks really strong.
It looks like it'd be fun. I think this is a team that's really gonna come down to the pilot, because this is a weird cacophony of mons, and I think that this cacophony works. But is Mini deranged enough to do it?
I don't know.
I wish there was a flying type. I know you have a Levitate and an Arthenomon, but I don't know.
Yeah, you're kind of weak to spikes.
Yeah. And you have switch-ins to Earthquake, but they're obvious switch-ins.
Yeah. And that's really all you have, you know, like you're either going to switch into your Levitate, your Earth Eater, or your Grass type that I guess Aloe could probably take physical hits pretty well.
Yeah. I'm worried about predictability, but I think offensively this team's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to force out a couple of these Pokemon with a ground type. Like Petron's probably not going to stick around unless it has a Terra for it. Ninetales definitely not sticking around. Or Pekko's not sticking around. Gouging Fire maybe if he's bulky enough.
Especially like the next team's Excadrill kind of tears this team a new one.
Yeah, that ground steel is hard to
with Mold Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard to combat that typing combination.
And you do have priority with like Grassy Glide, like Chiva mentioned, and Mach Punch on Godo. But really the best priority is that Blood Moon, who's not a fast boy.
Yeah, the priority here is pretty lacking. It's all very weak, and some of it's very, very situational.
Or impossible, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're never using Grassy Glide on Ogopon.
Overbone would have to set its own terrain manually. That's not happening.
Unless you're fighting me, which, if you're bringing Grassy Glide to fight my Grassy Glide Rillaboom, good for you. You deserve that. But, Godo isn't Conk, and his Mach Punch is fine, but he's not swinging it with the same weight as Conk is.
Yeah, Konk's Mach Punch was just barely okay, just because of how strong Konk is. But the 40 base power priority moves, they're really not. They don't cut it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, you need stuff like E-Speed or Grassy Glide or
Bullet Punch on Sizzle, because that's an 80 base power one. Like,
yeah, or E-Speed, Sucker Punch, Thunderclap.
E-Speed again.
E-Speed a fourth time even.
I mean, it's E-Speed, like it's the move.
It certainly is the move of all time.
I mean, if Mega Pinsir was to hit with that E-Speed, not E-Speed, Aerial Quick Attack, that'd be a different conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, if you bring Aerial Quick Attack, then you might be able to get away with it.
This is the first draft I've seen with Prochant that I've been in, so I want to see what it does.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen with Petrant too.
Petrant, I've been messing that up since he's revealed. You know this.
It's just Pecha, like the berry,
Uh-huh.
and then Runt.
Holy shit.
You'll get there, buddy. It's okay.
But yeah, this team is interesting. I want to see it in practice before I cast divine judgment on it. But I don't know. Gouging Fire is really consistent, so that's something to go
I like it, honestly, overall.
for. Jesus Christ! Has a Walking Wake,
Holy shit.
Weavile, Excadrill, Claude, Terra Sailage, Wabombi, Thundy Eye, Bronzong, Terra Wuchen, and Zora Hisuian.
This is the fastest Webs team I think I've ever seen in my life.
This is the first time I've seen Wake without Sun in draft.
He can manage pretty well with like a choice item or a booster.
It was just his first pick. So, that's bold.
It is.
Water
You
Dragon
can-
is a good typing, you know, like
Heck yeah.
it's really solid to build off of.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I don't know. But Water Dragon is like cursed with no coverage, but I guess it doesn't matter when you have other.
Well, Wake is
Mons.
flamethrower.
Wake has Flamethrower. Whimsicott, beware. You can't wall this guy.
Claude is awesome. That just has to be said.
Flood for 11 points is crazy.
Yeah, that's an insane Claude.
What a deal.
Claude at a reasonable price, satisfactory. Like,
Mr. Spadef himself.
I mean, you have one of the best spinners of all time in Excadrill.
Yeah, he's up there for sure.
This is Weavile with sauce, so
I'm just trying to figure out like what the archetype of this team is. It kind of feels like Rabombi is just here because it can set webs.
I mean, yeah, it's still a solid fairy type Quiver Sweeper at the end of the day. I wish
Right.
it was its Terra, I'm gonna be honest, that's what it's here for. The Terra
I think
Wuchen's spicy.
it'd be a waste of a Terra slot to make Rabombi the Terra captain. You know, because you're not full in on webs just based on looking at this team. Everyone is already pretty fast.
Your slowest mon that's going to be used consistently is Sailage, but it is ways to boost its own speed.
Yeah. So I think tearing the Rabombi would be a waste. It's kind of just here as an afterthought. It's like, I could bring webs. Now my opponent has to prep for that.
Especially because you have a Defiant mon, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably the-
granted it's Thundy Eye, who's not really a physical attacker, but
Not with that attitude.
true. It's got the move pool for it.
Knock
Well,
off.
What
What
we
else
get-
would you need?
did it get Supercell Slam? I hope it did.
I have no idea.
This is the most anyone has ever talked about that move. 5 hours after it released.
You should know that's what we used to. Bronzong's Heat. I also absolutely love Bronzong Thundy covering for Claude.
Yeah, I like the defensive core they have here. The Claude, Bronzong, Wochen. Could really just stop it all.
Especially because it's Terra Wuchen. I know I mentioned Rabombi, but that Terra Wuchen's gonna be spicy.
Yeah. Also, at one point that actually isn't.
I was gonna say
Completely
they have my
useless.
favorite 1-point mon. You know how much I love. You both know how much I love Hisuian Zora. I think this is the best 1-point mon in draft.
It's got pretty good utility. You know, it's got mind games applied to it. I don't know what its special attack is. I don't really think it's going to be killing anything.
No, but it spreads Will-O-Wisp and it can hide as a Thunderous. It's great. Like, just not even bringing this mon, simply having it on your team is worth more than 1 point in my opinion.
yeah, I like this 1 point. It's much better than the chunk.
I think his 1 point is probably going to come more games than my 2 point is. My 2 point was for the funny, I'm not going to lie. I want to see what Wake does. I keep looking at this team and I see Wake and I'm like, okay, what are you doing? What are you cooking?
Click Draco Meteor and Hydro Pump.
It's just that's it. There's no going to be deeper meaning. We're just Dragon
Sometimes flip turn.
Spam. I just showed us a flip top and knock and Dragon Dance.
It's not going to go physical. It's just going to have flip turn because it might be Scarf, or even if it's Specs, it might flip turn. Because pivoting is
Not with
better than
that attitude.
predicting. Don't run physical wake.
I ran physical kill in white last night.
That doesn't
And
count.
we all see how that went.
That was not
That's a
Kill's
good
fault.
point too. Ugh, that match.
That match was art. That match is going to my essay on why no one should ever play competitive Pokemon.
Yeah, I'd definitely use that match right there. Oh my god.
But you know, I like Cheese's team here. I think it's solid. Just good offensive pressure all around. Some walls in the back just in case.
Yeah, I mean, most things on this team put pressure, if not directly through utility.
Yeah, it feels very like offense. You know, offense incarnate right here.
Holy shit, he's 2 incarnate mons?
No.
Maybe it's just me, but I don't think I'd ever buy Thunderous and Therian for 14 points. Am I just underestimating him?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't really know what that thing does. It's like NU or something.
Prankster, it's a really good rain mon.
And can it pull off Sun? Does it have Sunny Day?
Yeah, it can pull Sunny. I'm pretty sure. I know at least the other one does. Tornadoes. So I'm
That's probably what it's
assuming-
there for. Just prankster utility. Because it can T-Wave.
Mhm, and it has decent attacking move pool and stats. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's actually pretty good. I don't know why it's more expensive than Clodsire, but that's not for me to.
no, I don't
that's
think
not
it's a
for me to
bad mon.
judge.
I just don't know if I'd pay 14 points for it. We gonna move on to the next team? Any closing
Yeah.
thoughts? I think it's pretty.
Nope.
I think it's cool. I think and Terra Silage is really good. There's not much we can say about that too.
Yeah, that's just strong.
Yeah. Alright, 212 Pal with single Quaquaval, Enamtherian, D-Knight, Armor Rouge, Reggie Steel with Terra, the Thundy Eye, Quagsire, Decadui with Terra, and Toxtricity.
I think you butchered just about every single Pokemon name on that list.
Man,
I'm impressed.
no one else wants to beat him out.
I mean, I think I don't know if I like the double fighting type, you know, like offensive overlap is good. It's an objectively good thing to have, but I don't know about those two being the overlap.
It really feels like he wanted both Shifus.
It kind of does.
I thought that was Rapid Strike for a second. I was like, damn, you drafted both water fightings? You should have got Poliwrath with that.
Well, at that point, you have to, right? Like,
Can someone explain to me why Quaquaval is that pricey? Like 16 seems a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm looking at the next team over, who qualifies the same price as Meowscarada.
and more than Skeletorge without Terra.
And more than Dragonite.
Well, man got a Dragonite at a reasonable price.
Yeah, Dragonite's cheap as hell here. We're just waiting on Thunderous Incarnate for 14 points, and here's Dragonite at the same price. Yeah, I'd rather take the Pseudo with one of the most broken abilities of all time.
Yeah, I'll take
Inner
the Speed
Focus. Yeah, in terms of priority, this one's pretty damn good.
Sucker
You got
Punch,
Urshifu's
Aqua
single
Jet.
sucker, Aqua Jet, which is
Prankster.
whatever. And then fucking E-Speed.
Yeah.
And don't forget the most important one of all, Shadow Sneak.
Ugh, don't even talk to me.
It's Stab.
That Pokemon is terrible.
That's his only hazard removal. No, he's Rapid Spin. Okay. His expensive Rapid Spin.
Yeah, maybe that's why it's so expensive, because it has hazard removal. A fucking oddity in Gen 9.
So, thoughts on Enamorous, Therian, and Registeel as his defensive backbone?
Isn't Animorous his defensive backbone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Okay.
certainly has more than 100 defense in both stats.
Excuse me. His defensive backbone is Enamorous, Registeel, Quagsire, and Decadui.
This is why I can't take it. It's not even real. No, but I like the Terra Registeel because Registeel just kind of takes hits for fun.
I wish it was
mean-
Terra Toxtricity instead of Terra Decadui.
Yeah, I don't really understand the Terra on the Decidueye. I guess I don't know how Terra was work. I imagine they get more expensive when you
Yes.
Terra them. I don't
Yeah.
think I don't know if he could afford that. I don't know how much Toxtricity is with
I don't know.
With Terra.
But
I might have just done Terra Quagsire if that was the case. Then, to be honest.
Yeah, Quagsire able to Terra would be quite good.
that would really help his defensive team. Too.
Or Armor Rouge as well.
Yeah.
Rogue Gimmick one. Yeah, there's about 100 different Terra options that were better than Decidueye.
So his physical options are very strong with Single Strike and Dragonite, and we'll mention Kukwapa. Do you think Armor Rouge and Toxtricity are strong enough special breakers?
Okay, you mentioned the Enamorous for the defensive half, but you didn't
That's true,
mention it for the special
It is a
half.
Calm Mind sweeper, that's true. I keep thinking this is a Wish Protect Mon. It doesn't get Wish. I need to break that habit.
Yeah, because then it would actually be good.
Enamorous Theron has 135 special attack.
Whew, okay, take it back.
It's slow and it hits hard. That's its thing. And if it wants to, it can set up.
Alright, well, I take it back. This special team does have more special powers than others. And very special powers, which is nice.
Yeah, this just kind of feels like just pretty bulky offense, honestly. With your choice of Gimmick Mon being Armor Rouge.
Everybody's got one. We all have our ship, Gimmick Mon. Not even ship, but just like, I need something quirky.
I can't be like other girls.
I use Armor Rouge.
Holy shit. It was your Indeedee, though.
A little bit, yeah. Why not? Like, actually, though,
Psychic Terrain is terrible.
is it on the box priority?
Yeah.
No,
Also, you don't want Indeedee and
anti-synergy.
Dragonite.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would just be crippling half of your team, to be honest. Bringing in
Yeah.
DD.
Indeedee and Armor Rouge on his team would have to be a complete rewrite of this entire team.
Oh, because you have Prankster too, yeah, no.
You can maybe keep the Registeel around.
I mean, single Dragonite puts insane physical pressure on.
Yeah, no, it's going to be hard to wall those two.
That being said, is his fastest Mon Torn Eye?
Yeah, probably. I think
Yeah.
this, like, for how offensive this team is, this actually might have problems with speed, unlike the bulky one.
And Quaquaval can get fast, decently fast, but it
Mhm.
still requires turns of setup. Like you can't just come
Like-
out on the field and be fast.
Yeah, you would either, for your speed control, you have to scarf or set up.
Yeah, and there's not really any good scarfers on this team either.
Other than
But-
maybe Quaquaval.
I mean, his speed control is priority, and these days, I consider priority to be better than a fast Pokemon because of just how much setup there is.
Available.
Right. I mean, yeah, that would be nice.
Especially because we did mention that. I feel like you're gonna run Bandit Shifu a lot. Which is not bad by any means. But it's easy to play around if you know it's gonna be Bandit every week.
Right. Honestly, I see this team, and I think more Swords Dance than anything.
I mean, I don't know. I thought Dragonite would go for the setup and Shengo
I
would get the immediate power.
I think this whole team is here to set up.
It is.
That's what I'm saying. Like they all set up. No choice, Mon.
Yeah,
It's just hyper
yeah,
offense.
Which Mon is not setting up on this team?
Decadui, Toxtricity,
Quag.
Quack.
Quag.
That's
No,
it.
well, Tox is gonna shift gear, right? Like,
Oh, it does get that side.
Yeah.
I just think Choice Specs when I see that Mon.
And I think Tornades can bulk up, right?
It should have Nasty Plot.
Yeah, okay, but that's not funny.
Yeah, you can just bulk up no item or bulk up Slack and just press acrobatics.
That's what it's doing down in what tier is it? NU?
And you, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's doing down there.
I think it's funny how bad Torn Eye is and how good Torn T is.
It's really night and day between those two.
Yeah.
No, my final thoughts for this team is just it's just hyper offense, and I think it could
Bulky hyper offense, which is kind of weird, and I'm kind of here for it.
kind of cooked. I like it. I think it can break through a lot of teams that aren't going to expect it.
Oh yeah, I feel like if you underestimate this team, it's just gonna bowl you over. But I feel like if this team gives up momentum, it's gonna be in a bad way getting it back.
Yeah. All right, I'll give you a break on the reading. Don Bozo has Iron Valiant, Skeledirge with Terra, Meowscarada, Gudra Hisui, Tentacruel, Meloetta with Terra, Gligar, Ursaluna, Bellibolt, and Smeargle.
So I told Bozo when he drafted this, when he drafted his first 4 Mons, I really liked his first 4 Mons a lot.
Yeah, I might be biased as I also drafted Iron Valiant Meowscarada, but this team is based.
I wish Hisui and Gudra had wish support on this team. Which you technically do a Smeargle, but I'm not.
I don't know why. Can Bellibolt wish?
I hope so.
I don't know why. I think he can.
It slacks off, right? I don't know if it wishes.
I know it has slack off, yeah.
Yeah, perhaps wish is a pipe dream.
Town Meloetta's Heat, you know how much I love that land.
I do.
I wanted to draft it for CMM.
I honestly don't remember that. Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. I do remember that. I don't like Meloetta. I think it's not very good. And I don't think Terra fixes it. I would have much rather had like Terra on my Gligar. Or my Bellibolt even.
I would give it to Bellibolt.
Yeah, I've only seen Bellibolt Terra on turn 1, so I don't know what it does without it.
Dies to EQ, I think.
Yeah, a little bit.
Terra Skeledirge, there's no argument for me on that one. That's just
a great
really
fairy
good. That's a really good fairy type. Honestly, I've seen Skeledirge Terra Dark too a lot, you know. It completely walls like Latios, who's gonna set
Now,
up and
Do you think it's going to be as good now that I know what Terra is?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it'd be
Okay.
good.
You still think it's going to be
It's
as
still
good?
a really strong unaware mon with recovery
And Torch Song.
and Torch Song.
Yeah, like you know what it's gonna do, but like, can you even stop that? Really?
Yeah, you know what it's gonna do, but it's just a matter of time till it does, till you're in a bad position, you know?
Like, I get Terra Grass for the Quagsire and win that engagement.
I don't know, if you're Terra Grassing your Skeledirge, you might have lost the plot.
You're cooked, but I'm here for it.
No, but you know my opinions on Meowscarada. It's an absolute Swiss Army knife.
It's
It can
such a good
do
Pokemon. Physical,
just about
special,
anything.
utility.
special, choice band, choice scarf, boots, pivot, hazard setting, suicide lead.
All 3 Protean Libero starters are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird that they all deal with hazards.
Yeah. In different ways. Cinderace
Well,
is fighting the
two
good
of them
fight.
just set spikes.
Yeah.
They
Cinderace
just
is
vom
fighting the
all
good
their
fight.
hazards.
But Hisuian Gudra's a steal for 12 points. How was
Honestly,
how's that 4 points less than Quaquaval?
yeah, I don't know. But I really liked like the bottom 4 mons just as much as I like the top 4 mons. You know, even the low
Yeah.
end of this team is good.
Also,
Yeah,
Luna's kind
Just
of
the middle
broken.
ones, I don't know what I'm looking at, to be honest. Like,
Well,
what does
that's
Tentacruel do,
That's his
to be
strength, and
honest?
it's bulky water.
That's just I think it's trying to do too much. I think did it get flip turn?
I'm pretty sure it did.
I think it did. I think with flip turn it can be kind of nice. It's nice to have that pivot.
Because other than
in
that,
terms-
your pivot is Meowscarada.
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of priority, this team doesn't have it.
Your Vacuum Wave.
Yeah, that's
Sucker
not
Punch.
very good. It's very much a speed control team. Now, it does have Meowscarada and Booster Speed Iron Valiant, which are both very fast. But in a battle of priority, this team loses pretty hard.
Doug Bozo, just so you know this calc, Meowscarada lives a +1 E-Speed. From foe. Don't ask why I know this offhand.
You also can speed creep Meowscarada out the ass for free. It's faster than a lot of mons. But no, overall, I like it. I think Meloetta is a wasted Terra, but other than that, I think this team is really solid.
I like it. A bit of a ground weakness. The only levitating mon is Gligar, and a lot of mons don't want to take an Earthquake.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, Meowscarada can resist it, and you can make them pretty bulky, but doesn't want to take unnecessary damage.
Masquerade doesn't really usually need its HP, so it can be a switch in quite a few times. But it does. Ground moves do scare out a large portion of this team.
And we use the absolute worst case scenario, Mamoswine, for example.
That's no good.
Yeah.
It's okay, Smeargle can handle him.
If your Valiant is dead and the Memo is alive, I think you'll lose.
I think this team can greatly benefit from the air balloon.
Yes.
Hey, guess what? There's not a Mamoswine drafted here.
Oh, good.
Holy
Well,
shit.
that's
All right,
good
well,
for you.
I don't know if Grace is still active, but get on that, guys.
Someone get Memo. Get him
Grab
now.
Memo.
Well,
I mean, Memo's great. I love Memo.
Such a good one.
I hope we get another Ice Ground type.
Man, I hope Wave Division wants a 2-hour recording. We're through 5 teams only so far.
Oh, it's been 41 minutes. Reeds and Seeds has looped once.
Holy shit. All right, we got to step up the pace. We're going to be here all night. Natural Cura has Latias with Terra, King Gambit, Primarina, Amoonguss, Volcarona, Trapagos, Sandy Shocks, Driftbloom with Terra, Crawdon, and Hypno.
Hypno? That's a 1-point mon. That's a
That sure is. That's not going to do anything.
it's a whole Asmon though. So good for you for finding the not NFE in a 1 point.
I mean,
it might as well be it might as well be an NFE. Let's be real.
Yeah, true. Give Hypno an evolution. Don't do that. That mon's terrible. It doesn't even deserve it. But yeah, Latias and King Gambit and Primarina is an incredible core.
Volk.
One of the greatest Steel Dragon Fairy cores I think I've ever seen.
No, it's Steel Dragon Fairy Core is spicy.
It's so based. Well, King Gambit isn't, but Primarina carries it like 3 times, so it's fine.
I hate Primarina.
Shut the fuck up.
There's my
I
hot
will
take.
kill
I
you.
hate Primarina. I think its design is terrible and I think it's boring as hell. I think the same thing for King Gambit, to be fair. But they're both strong Pokemon, so what are you gonna do
I'm a little concerned.
about?
I mean, you're just gonna run Boots at Vocal. It doesn't matter that your hazard controls Terrapagos.
Trapagos is good hazard control.
No, it's really good. I just
Doesn't Drifloom still keep defog too?
you're right. Okay.
I think his hazard control is pretty high. Latias lost it though, right?
Mm-hmm,
Did Latias ever have it?
It did, yeah. It used to be its go-to set.
Now it just fucking
Calm Mind Sweeps.
errors and calm minds and wins. Should have been doing that from the start.
I think it's funny that Latias is the better of the Aeon Twins in Gen 9 for the first time ever.
Yeah. Latios is still alright, but he kind of just does the one thing. It's just go fast, hit hard. Whereas Latias can sit up and it's much more applicable in the meta, in this climate. At least you know.
Was it Mega Latios better?
Mega Latios was better, but Latios was still better than all 3 of them. Mega Latios was better because it got more bulk, while Mega Latios got more physical, got more attack, but you'd rather just choice it.
Right.
Right. Yeah, the Eon twins are strange. They've had a weird competitive history.
Ever since they lost Soldu, it's been rough.
But yeah, no, this team's defensive core is kind of just straight up insane.
I mean, we could just talk about Amoonguss Primarina for a good bit.
I mean, even Volcarona is a good defensive mon if you run it bulky, you know?
Yeah, no, and
you have to...
Yeah, and okay. I have bulky Volcarona, right? I'm still making good answers, fuck you.
Yeah, no, yeah, you don't not bring Quiver Dance on Volcarona. It's gonna do the same thing every single time, but there's not a lot you can do to stop it, other than position yourself to not get swept by Volcarona. You have to
Heat
keep
Train
an eye on
kinda gets
Volcarona
swept.
the whole time. Yeah, it's not Terra, which is unfortunate, but even Heatran can't
It's Terra
stop.
banned, just so you're curious.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Good work, draft runners. You didn't fuck up.
Yeah, you are in a position just to chat shit for the entire video because you're not gonna hear about it probably.
Yeah, no, I can just dump my dog shit opinions and dip and never hear the response to it.
I'm so sad Sandy Shocks is the tail captain. I'm Sandy Shocks' #1 soldier. If Sandy Shocks has no fans, I am dead.
All right, I hate to break it to you, but I think Sandy Shock's Terra is a waste in a league like this where you can Terra anything. I think Drifloom is base though. I think better run on Burden.
But no, this team is very bulky, and you have only issues you kind of rely on setup. Other than Clodon, that's your man.
Hell, he can Swords Dance too if he wants to.
I meant for immediacy power, but yeah. But yeah, no, good team. You're right. We have to get through these quicker.
Yeah.
Wayne, 1188, Latios, Clef with Terror, Treads, Breloom, Moth with Terror, Milotic, Umbreon, Cinccino, Quillfish, Golem, and Alolan Golem, and Glaceon.
Galvanize Explosion. Bring
Galvanize
it.
Explosion. This is the best team in the league.
It can Terra, so it's probably a little bit better, but I have been thoroughly disappointed in Iron Moth when I started using it. Same with Melodic, honestly, overall.
In Gen 3, Melodic's God.
Well, sure, yeah, but this is Gen 9. Melodic dies in one hit.
Sorry, that's what I've been using it in.
I think Iron Moth with Terra is definitely a lot better, especially since it can run like that agility set. Catch a lot of teams by surprise. Latios is just a good breaker. Terracle Fable is crazy, by the way. That thing was allowed to Terra.
Oh yeah, Latios, Clef, Treads is heat. That's a core.
That's a good core too. That is probably the second best
Thanks.
Steel Dragon Fairy core I've ever seen.
Breloom's pretty high priority. Technician.
Yeah.
Punch.
Breloom is a solid Pokemon. I don't know its exact role in this team. Maybe it's just out there to spore somebody, ruin somebody's
Spore, and then I
day.
think speed. Does.
Yeah.
Side note, I kind of love just the drop between, like the line between Iron Moth and Milotic just to Umbreon, Cinccino, and Quillfish down below.
It's like, oh
It's
shit, I
amusing.
spent way too much at the early draft. It's time to get some shitters.
And the Shadow's not the worst, honestly.
No, Umbreon and Chino are pretty solid. Quillfish too. I mean, the 2 points, they're 2-pointers, but I don't
mean,
hate
they're funny.
Glaceon, honestly.
Yeah.
And the Galvanize Explosion is just art.
No, for sure. I this team very strong start, and I think as long as Wayne knows how to use the mons he has, I think he'll do well.
All right, onto the worst team in the league.
Oh shit, are we already there?
Mm-hmm. Top Maki has Sneasler, Rillaboom, Empoleon, Alola Ninetales, Kyurem. That late into the draft, Talonflame, Palossand, Raikou with Terra, Comfey with Terra, and Alolan Vulpix.
Fun fact, he got that Kyurem in a trade.
Oh, that's right.
I out of the deal that.
Yeah, that wasn't legal. Refs, somebody take care of this. I mean, Kyurem, Alola Ninetales, there's not much to say other than it's backs, but it can be special. And still do the same thing Bax does. Only thing it doesn't have that Bax had was crazy ass signature move. But ever since Bax got skill shot, I didn't run that anyways.
I mean, Kyurem also has a crazy signature move. It's called Freeze Dry.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, you can just Specs, Blizzard, Freeze Dry. Like, what the hell do you do?
Die to ice moves. Yeah, everyone likes to say ice is a dog shit typing until Kyurem pulls up on the field.
Then he's banned.
Being suspected
No.
currently.
I think he lived.
No, no, he survived. Yeah,
Holy
it
shit!
survived because
That's
it lost.
confirmed better.
It survived because it lost Roost.
If it did
Basically,
lose
Yeah.
Roost, it totally would have been banned. It would have been
Yeah.
quick
Oh.
banned.
it would have been
I don't think
banned
it-
2 days in.
I don't think it would have been allowed in the. Yeah.
I do miss Sub Roost, Kira. Very good. I mean,
Alright.
there's not much to say about this team because I helped build it. I've already said all I want to say about it. It's art.
It's art. I love the double date core
Thank you.
so much.
Yeah, I
It
hope
is
Alolan Vulpes
fantastic.
gets more games than Alolan Ninetales does. I know that's not going to happen, but that would make me very happy.
I mean, I didn't know what I wanted, and she was there, so I took her.
You
It's
can put this on
funny.
the record, though. Raikou is a shitmon. It will do nothing. It will get nothing done.
I wanted the speed.
Does Raikou learn Weather Ball?
I'm pretty sure it does. Oh my god. That's
It's
terrifying.
Terra. You don't even need the weather ball.
You can run like a separate Terra. Just have both.
It would be
beam
funny,
coverage.
though. Yeah, it would
For
be funny to
for
be like,
eight for 8 turns or 5 turns if you're using Scarf, Alolan Vulpix.
all right.
Hey, don't give my secrets away. I ran that 3 times in the Obos League. You did that set alone. It's heat.
You guys need to slow down. That's not real.
I have pace. I'll
It
show
literally
you.
is. We just said it's real.
But yeah, defensive core, Palossand, Empoleon, pretty decent. Talonflame,
Empoleon-
kinda. defensive.
Empoleon with grassy terrain is so heat. I love that
Yeah, that's
so
pretty
much.
strong. Not a lot can hit that super effectively. Bring your fighting type of choice, I guess. And then get switched in on by one of the 3,000 fighting resists on this team.
It's my team.
I
I don't
don't-
have a whole lot to say. So I'm
Yeah,
not-
I think we can move on from your team.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
ignore Comfy. I agree with that.
I mean,
All right.
it's your comfy. It clicks moves. Beast Kevin
True.
has Iron Boulder, Como, Thunderous Theron with Terra, Galarian Weezing, Metagross, Krookodile, Vaporeon, Porygon 2 with Terra, Magmortar, and Trevenant, whatever. I don't know.
Bravant. I gotta say I love Como and Guizing. No bias whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think this might be a Chiva Alt account.
I love Guizing. Guizing's awesome in draft.
Weezing is such a good draft bond. So much utility. 3 really good abilities.
Good move pool. Good typing.
It's just free, man. I think Metagross should have been a Terra captain, though.
I'm a little sad to see. I mean, I know Thunder T can Terra Ice, but
Yeah, forget Thunderous Terra and Terra. He gets Grass now. He'll be fine. Metagross should have been able to Terra. That thing with the defensive Terra is fucking scary.
Porygon 2 with Terra's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I like that. I wouldn't change that on this team personally.
Yeah, this team's just great.
I'm a little
It looks
Right.
really fun to play, Not maybe play against, but
I'm a little worried that if you get like rolled out or not Will-O-Wisp, Whirlwinded out your Boulder Booster, you're a little weak on the speed side, but you have that crunch. So
Boulder's still extremely fast without booster. It's either one of or the fastest Pork Drive
It is
or
the fastest.
booster energy.
it's the
Yeah,
fastest.
it's still
Oh.
really
the
fast.
fastest legal.
Fastest lead.
Oh,
Who's
okay.
fast? Oh, Fluttermane.
I think Fluttermane.
It's not even a real Pokemon.
The Fluttermane's 135, and I know Bundo's 136. It
Yeah.
might actually be the fastest.
Boulder is 124, so it's not the fastest, but it's the fastest to know you.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
It's
the
really
the
fast.
Penguin's fast. This is the fastest, if we're being honest.
yeah, that's probably true. But Boulder, even without booster, is still got an insane speed tier. Not a lot outspeeds it. I think you're okay, especially since you have actually a really good Scarfer in Crocodile.
And even,
Let's not-
and even Thundy.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I could see it. I feel like that could do something.
I love Scarf Crook, though. Scarf Crook's awesome.
Scarfrook's so cool. I wish that Pokemon got a buff in Gen 9.
Not enough.
Did he get nerfed? What did he
It
lose?
lost knockoff. It got it back now. But
Oh,
it,
okay, okay.
It was in the struggle bus for a while now.
ZU's strongest warrior without knockoff.
Yeah.
It's like taking away his earthquake, dude. That's his identity. Can't take that from him.
But Polygon Vaporeon's awesome defensive core.
Yeah, it's gonna be
No, that's a-
with Galarian Weezing as well. It's gonna be really hard to break through this team. Just period.
Yeah, especially with Wish support Vaporeon, I feel like that's going to be really like
Mhm.
crucial for this team too.
And let's
Yep.
Kamo try again if it fucks up the switch.
And also lets Metagross come in and just hit like choice banded attacks over and over again. You know, because it's really hard to kill a Metagross. He's got a pretty decent typing. The one time where Psychic is actually pretty alright.
And his fizz defense is really good. If you invest in his special, it's not bad either.
Yeah, he also got knockoff this generation, so he's him.
I mean, your 5 and 3 points are a little questionable, but show me that those months can do something.
I actually think Magmortar's a really good pickup.
Do you? Okay, I'm a little hesitant, but I'll trust you that you can cook.
For
That thing
for
is
5,
strong.
like for 5, I think it's reasonable.
Like, it's got a lot of downsides being slow, not as bulky despite how fat it looks, but it hits pretty fucking hard.
I know it hits like a truck. I know that much. I'm not gonna disagree with you on that.
Honestly, I feel like you can just throw that thing out, click some moves, let it die, and it's done some pretty good damage for your game.
Yeah, just let it specs Fire Blast something.
Holy shit, I just saw it was on the next team.
But yeah, let's
All
get
right,
to that.
and Ditto has Charger Bug, Annihilate with Terra, Tinglu, Shaman, Sylveon, Blastoise, Jirachi, Hisuian, Arcanine, Noivern, and Grafaiai.
Who the fuck let Annihilate Terra?
That's what I said the first thing I saw the document, but they did.
Yep.
He was the most expensive Pokemon in the league.
That is... No wonder he fucking drafted Charjabug first pick. He was taunting everybody. Saying, I don't need a first pick. I'm grabbing Terra Annihilate, and I'm going to win.
I think the funniest part is he has 6 points left, so he could theoretically just he can Terra anything else and just. I don't think you need to. You could fucking Terra Charger Bug for all you care, and you still win.
Please, Terra Charjabug. Oh man, that would be funny. I mean, Annihilate and Tinglu and Sylveon.
With wish support, yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing's breaking through this. It would take it. You need to set up to break through this. In my opinion.
And then you just get whirlwinded by Lou.
Yeah, you don't kill Lou in one. You never do.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Terra Noivern. That's my guess.
That'd be the
Maybe.
reasonable option. But
I mean, I don't know how like I said, I don't know how the rules work, but a Terra Arcanine could actually be really good.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I don't know if you can afford it. Oh my god, Sylveon's only 10
you have
points.
6 points. No, 6 points. You can definitely Terra whatever you want left on this team.
Yeah, for sure.
I would do Sylveon, honestly.
Yeah,
Just make your defensive core even stronger.
I do Sylveon and Noivern depending on what you want.
There's a... Oh, there. I was gonna say, there's no core here. There is a Fire Water Grass. It's just not the most traditional looking Fire Water Grass I've ever seen.
Shaman Blastoids,
Arcanine.
Hog, yeah, excuse me.
I mean, it's based. I like it.
You also have the world's most Scrimblow Dragon Fairy Steel Core.
That's a real Chiva Dragon Fairy Steel Core.
I'm never fucking drafting Jirachi ever again.
Too much of a scam. What happened, man? Jirachi was him.
Why
in,
did
like,
you
Gen
just-
4.
Why didn't you just tell Jirachi to flinch? That's your thing.
Nah, that's not. I don't need it.
No,
Roaring Moon
see-
can flinch on his own.
Yeah, he gets the 30%. It's the 60% that don't work with him.
To be fair, I think I only clicked Iron Head with Jirachi once. I think I was too busy killing itself with Healing Wish.
Well, that was your first mistake. Not doing the one thing the Mon can do.
Yeah, Trick Room, obviously.
Edolan, Edelon, I don't know. Has Chi-Yu, Deoxys Speed, Keldeo with Terra, Salamence with Terra, Toadscroll, Tinkaton, Cleavor, Weezing, Vigavolt, and Zebstrika.
He's got my guy.
Wow, those last 4 Mons are fucking terrible.
Holy
Hey, you
crap.
lay off my boy, Zebstrika.
Honest to God, the best mon there is Vikavolt, and that's crazy.
I think the webs, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I
it
know.
gets webs.
I'd argue base wheezing.
Ah, man. I don't know.
Still
I
has
mean, it
neutrals,
has
you guess.
most of the thing. There's most things that Weezing has besides fairy typing. So I mean,
This team is way too top heavy. Like, you've got Chi-Yu and Deoxys speed, sure. I think Keldeo or Salamence. Keldeo doesn't need Terra.
Salamence appreciates it.
Salamence, I think Terra Salamence is really good. I think Keldeo doesn't need Terra, and you could have saved some points for something that does something. I mean, Toadstool.
His last 6 months as a whole are rough.
Yeah, Tinkaton is good.
I think
Tinkaton's
it's
alright.
a huge scam, but I feel like it's... I still think it's a scam, because he fell for it. He fell for the blunder. He has 2 mons, he has Tinkaton and a dragon, and said, that's fine, that's my core. I think Tinkaton's good if you have a second fairy or a second steel. I don't like her doing both.
Yeah, this team, it's got a lot of hazard setters, but nothing to, like, work with the hazards.
There's only Cleo Toadstool.
Cleaver, Toadstool can set hazards, Tinkaton can set hazards, Vikavolt can set
I
webs.
I meant remove.
Oh, remove?
Weezing. I think Weezing and Weezing has
Only
defog.
Galarian Weezing has defog. Not
Then the only
Gosh.
hazard removal is Toadstool. Unless Cleaver did get defog.
It might have. I hope it.
I think he does. I think Cleaver does have, but except for that thing just choices and sets up rocks for free.
Oh, sashes. Yeah.
Toadstool is a decent spinner, but it's a bad everything else.
I want to like that mom, but he really makes it hard.
I mean, they couldn't have him that fast with Spore, so they had to give him something that stopped him. But they just shot everything up. Just don't give him Spore next time, you know?
Yeah.
Could have been a really fast, like, spike setter. That would have been sick.
I mean, yeah, we could have had a
Or
fast
Sleep Power, I
glass
don't know what
ground
he
type.
has.
And that would have been cool offensively.
I mean, he is still pretty fun offensively. Like, I've run a choice specs Toadstool and, like, OU before, and it's not terrible. Not these days. There's too much competition, but
Sup.
early, Gen 9 OU.
I mean, yeah, I feel like this is hyper offense with 4 mons.
Yeah, your top 4 are gonna have to carry you every single game, and they might be able to do so. They are 4 really strong Pokemon. But the rest of your team, I mean, Deoxys speed with webs. What's the archetype even?
Yeah, I feel like this team is just you got hyper offense, but you didn't really get Pokemon that can really capitalize on it.
Yeah.
I have hyper offense. Oh, I'm poor.
Yeah, you dumped way too many points at the start.
And I know that we're not allowed to talk bad at Zebstrika, but
Zebstrika's ass.
what was Zebstrika's ass?
It's ass, but it is my son, so you will respect it.
I didn't even know it was in Gen 9 until you asked me about Zebstrika.
Chiva, you wrote off Zebstrika when I asked you about it long ago. You said that's not even real.
It is not even real.
The
It's still my
lies
son.
stop now.
It can switch into Rillaboom if it has one specific item.
Holy shit. Good for him, man. I guess Zebstrika has some immunities. That's kind of fun.
He has Lightning
I feel
Rod,
like of the shitmons.
Volt Absorb, and
I'm coming around on it. Of the
Saxophone.
shitmons here, Zebstrika is not bad because it's 2 points and has a million immunities.
And Volt Switch, so like it's
And Volt
honestly
Switch.
okay.
Yeah, you Volt Switch into your Chi-Yu and you claim your Overheat kill or whatever. Some bullshit calc in the sun.
funny calc, haha.
Hey, that's that's also your screen setter.
Chi-Yu or Zebstrika?
EU.
Holy shit. I actually think Vikavolt does get screens. Vikavolt is good
Yep.
here. Webs aside, on a really fast team, Vikavolt can do other stuff that can help the team pretty
Like his
well.
Specs.
Alright. I think we've
Vikavolt
shit on
such
that
a-
one enough.
Vikavolt such a cool looking mon. I wish he was better.
He's so slow.
Yeah.
Got like the most sad sats of all time, probably, for how cool it looks.
Yeah.
Right. Perimeter has Great Tusk, Tornadus Theron, Ogerpon Wellspring, Slowking, Incineroar, Terrasta Titan, Pheasantibity, Terra Hydreigon, Magneton, and Probopass.
Holy
base.
magnet pull.
So
Holy
based.
Magnet pull.
You forgot the drag, but oh my god, the
No,
mag.
he bought it. He bought the drag. He bought Hydreigon. Man's in Gen 5. He's cooked.
Now that Hydreigon's gonna Terra Steel, he's gonna sub, and he's gonna Nasty Plot with his leftovers.
Also, I feel it's just me. Or Titan Slow King really coping?
No, that's base.
Okay.
No,
I
I
mean,
actually
it's-
think Titan can be very good because it doesn't need Slush Rush. It can still Belly Drum and like Ice Shard and
big
shit. It's
fat,
like
yeah.
Azu small.
Yeah.
I actually like this team, even if it looks like a VGC team.
Kind of do.
It really is a VGC team, but
I mean, Torn is great.
I mean, even if he's Mr. VGC, Incineroar still has a ton of utility, and for 9 points, that's a fucking steal.
I've kind of said Promo Pass wasn't Terra.
Bro, what's he gonna Terra to do? What's he gonna do?
The thing, you know the thing. Play the Tog clip.
Ugh, I don't even know what Tog did.
Same thing you did with your Bastion, but with a Promo Pass.
oh my god, that's so base.
But no, I think the Terra captains are pretty good. I mean, Hydreigon's really good. So Titans, whatever, but it was really cheap, so
gotta talk.
I could see
You
the.
can-
I've
value.
You can-
festivities one
you can
like,
pull it out
Fandor.
1 week and just surprise KO somebody.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's good. I think that's good enough for it.
Like it comes with some scrungly ass Terra, like fucking Terra grass or something,
Yes,
and they're
like
like, "Holy
awful.
shit, I didn't expect that."
I'll
Terra
just-
psychic.
Yeah. So I love Festivities. This month's ass. Your Dragon Fairy still cool as Promo Pass, Festivities, and Hydreigon.
Why Probopass and not Magneton?
Sorry, them. Earthquake weak boys.
See,
Earthquake
I like
weak
the
ink.
I like the Dragon Fairy Steel Core, because of how ground weak it is, and then the dragon has Levitate.
And then
This
you just
team-
have the water grass water fire grass core just like chilling.
Ogerpon does not count for both water
No,
and
there's-
grass.
there's-
I know
there's
there's
a
a
king.
slow king, but that's not what we were referring to.
Oh, okay.
But no, yeah,
Sure.
the defensive core in this team is really good. I mean, Great Tusk, Tornadus, and Slowking. You've got 2 Regenerator Mons.
Too good with your mods.
Really good, really good.
I wish it was Glow King because you're all weak to the same typing of electric, but you have Tusk.
I just imagine it was too expensive, or it was already taken, which it was.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, a little weak on the offensive side, but defensively it's good. And I think the shit Scringlows at the bottom can actually pull out not the 2 steel types, the ones above can pull out some good offensive presence.
Not the boys at the bottom.
And then obviously Ogerpon is good. Ogerpon's a good breaker.
Low Nobody's got Joe, Greninja, Baxcalibur, Anemo's Eye, Gog, Sui Lilligant, Oricorio, all of them. Gastrodon and Avalon. He has not declared Terras yet, interestingly enough.
No, he hasn't. But
No, but he only has 1 point remaining, so like what is he actually gonna Terra?
Oh shit, you're right.
Avalug. You know you want to.
Regigigas.
No,
Yeah.
don't do Regigigas.
Hopefully Gastrodon.
I mean, what does Regigigas actually do other than just click T-Wave and then die before his timer is up?
Cope for Photons.
You get to
I mean-
look at something pretty ugly. I think that's pretty good.
If that thing even activates, is it even good anymore if it gets all 5 turns down? I think Power Creep's gone too far. I don't think Regigigas can pull it off. Ever.
I wish they didn't reset after he switched out.
I still don't think that would save it.
So what are we ranking this Dragon
Yeah,
Fairy
yeah.
Steel Core of the night?
It's a bit spicy.
It's the actual best one. It's OU's Dragon Fairy Steel Core.
House of Backs at Yanam is spicy.
I think choosing Oricorio Fire of all the
I
Oricorios.
think you get all of them.
I think you get all of them. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure.
Well then, super based pickup. Are you kidding me?
I wish
That's
a Terra
really
one.
strong. No, it doesn't even need to be. I mean, it would be nice, but it doesn't even need to be. You've got so many options for your team. For 6 points, you get all 4?
I think so.
Holy shit! Who'd you say was running this?
Lord Nobody.
No, running the league.
Don Bozo and Snom, I think.
Don Bozo and Snom, check yourself. This is too insane.
I'm pretty sure that's the same thing as CDC though, right? Like we don't separate the
Yeah, I
Oricorios.
think it's also
CDC.
9 points though.
CDC, check yourself. That's too insane. No, I like this team.
You were part of CDC though.
You're right.
You're also
But
now a
they didn't
part
let
of
me vote.
the what's it called? The fucking.
You can do it.
I'm trying to think of the right word. Well, you're part of CDC Capitol Hill at the very least.
Yeah, but you guys didn't give me a vote on the tierings.
It's because you want him yet.
Yeah,
It's because you were worth 62 cents.
but, God, don't remind me. You know, I like this team. It's pretty top heavy, but the bottom mons, excluding Regigigas, are actually pretty useful.
I mean, Gastro's awesome.
Yeah, Gastro's really good. Oricori's really good. Lilligant's really good. Why is Garg 11 points? And people shit on Avalugg because it's an ice type, but it's so strong on the
I wish it had
defensive
Terra.
side.
It could have Terra though.
Yeah, it
Might
could have
have
Terra.
Terra.
I think Avalugg is a good Terramon.
I mean, just don't let him take a special hit, but physically
Yeah,
it
don't.
could be pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, go switch into your fucking special guard or something.
No, Gastro.
Yeah, well, that's not even a real Pokemon.
Special Joseph. Do it.
No. Arian has Urshifu Rapid Strike, Galarian Slowking, Manaphy, Roaring Moon, Donphan, Iron Crown, Moltres, Arboliva with Terra, Alcremie with Terra, and Slacking.
So the
I don't-
shittiest mon on the team is Manaphy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really
Yeah.
see a bad mon on this team. I know Manaphy's hated around these parts, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, you have a Shifu and a Slowking. That's good.
I think ironically the worst mon on this team is Iron Crown.
I'm kind of excited to see Arboliva.
Yeah, Arboliva is fantastic, especially with Terra. An insane draft mon. Slacking is just funny. You know, in reality, that's definitely the worst one. But, you know, you can come in and you can get a really strong hit that's hard to prep for. So it's hard to hate, especially for how cheap it was. Creamy
Not
is
yet.
comfy but bad.
A little bit.
But against, I mean, it's got a pretty good ability. Able to block taunt, so an encore, I believe.
Alright, let's fit the Dragonfly Steel Core of Moon, Crown, and Alcremie.
The worst one, by far.
Moon is good. The other two are not great.
So Roaring Moon is was the mon that I turned into a Kyurem.
I see.
So Arian, that was his biggest mistake, which is letting you have Kyurem.
I'm quite good
Yeah,
at
you should have
Is-
kept Kiram.
Is actually hold on, is Moon the fastest mon on this team?
Yes.
Oh, that's kind
Unless
of a
Slacking is faster.
okay. But besides that, I think having Moon as your fastest mon is a kind of a trap.
Why is that?
Okay,
As someone who had Moon as his fastest mon.
fast mon, yeah, twice.
I mean,
I think you just
119
Twice.
is. It's,
It's
not a
good,
bad
but-
speed tier.
no, but I feel like you're just, or at least for me, I felt like I was forced to just run booster speed every week, which isn't bad, but
I don't know.
I feel like
my fastest mon wasn't that fast. It was only 123, and I really didn't feel that pressure to run booster on like my Valiant or even Scarf on anybody.
My fastest mon was 119 last season on Cinderace, and I ran him Scarf like twice. But other than that, I just played around. with it.
I think once you reach that like 120 area, you know, you really don't have to worry too much about enhancing that speed because most things that can outspeed you just aren't gonna kill you.
that's true. Maybe
It's
I'm
like-
just cooked because everything was just going to target with a fairy move, but
True. I mean, yeah, if you're in a matchup against Iron Valiant, you're gonna want to put booster speed on that Roaring Moon, because otherwise that Roaring Moon's gonna get destroyed. But no, I think speed tier wise, this team's all right. It leaves a little bit to be desired in the priority side of things, though.
I like Glow King Moltres. I like that. Also,
Yeah,
Glow
that's a
King
pretty
and
good
All
defensive
Believe is
core.
pretty cool too. I think the
Yeah,
three of them will be pretty cool.
I also think the future sight support, this isn't a revolutionary statement, but future sight plus Urshifu Rapid Strike claims quite a few kills.
Yeah, it just lowers breakpoints.
I mean, not much can switch into like abandoned surging strikes and a strong future sight. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Type with the water absorb? I don't think so.
I mean, there's
No.
I guess like Dark Dragons, but he has one of them, so
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, I mean, Donphan's the only spinner, but it's a pretty good one. Donphan's a good boy.
Fine. This team's like just think a very solid one.
yeah. It seems like there's not a lot of holes in it.
Maybe speed, but I think it'll be okay. At
Yeah,
least.
maybe speed. Oh man, if he's not that slow.
Base 100.
No. We just hate it for its
Yeah.
crimes.
For its
Right.
crimes of being mid.
And Too Cheapy has Lando T, Iron Bundle, Raging Bolt Watera, Scizor, Cinderace, Porygon Z, Florges, Chestnut, Bastiodon, and Sableye.
This team gets my award for the coolest team on this entire list. I don't know if it's the best, but it's the coolest.
Terra Lando T, huh? Really trying to get your hidden power Lando back, huh?
Holy shit. Gets two. There's no other Lando T.
You get Flying Stab now.
Yeah, this is the getting your Z fly back.
Yeah. Terra Raging Bolt is insanely broken.
Yeah, 17 points for that is crazy.
Good priority in Scizor. The Penguin, he's here.
Yeah, your speed and your priority on this team is really, really strong. Because you got Raging Bolt, which is the second best Sucker Punch-like user to ever exist. And then obviously Scissor with a Technician Bullet Punch. And then Iron Bundle is the fastest thing alive, Barry fucking Allen.
Ace is amazing. I love that thing.
Yeah, Ace is pretty fast. Also has Sucker Punch, and is not a terrible user of it.
Lando's like the best golfer of all time.
Alright, well, I think you're a little overcooked there. Everyone knows Scarf Bastiodon clears.
You're right.
I am... Now, the two Terra Captains probably are better than it, but I am sad to not see Terra Bastiodon. This
I
is
was
not
gonna say
hope.
something too.
This is not a pipe dream. Go try it on the ladder. It's good.
I love Chestnut, but I really love Chestnut with Terra. Terra Water.
Yeah, Terra
Chestnut's
Water
insane.
Chestnut.
Yeah.
It was crazy. A lot of really good wish support with Florges.
Oh my
though.
god, yeah.
This whole team. I mean, is Baton Pass allowed here? Or Dry Pass?
I'm assuming it was. I think so.
Well, if it is, Florges, pretty damn good wish passer.
Yeah.
Especially since you can wish pass into like Scissor or something that something that's gonna wall something that Florges just doesn't want to take.
Also, lets Lando have a second life or Raging Bolt.
Yeah, Raging Bolt is gonna probably receive a wish a lot. It can allow you to play it a lot more loose. Set up a lot earlier and then back out once it's dangerous and do it again later.
Only thing
So you
I
can just
s-
play like ass, but as a joke, haha.
Sure, you can put it that way.
I will say this: his only hazard control is Sizzle
Court
And
change.
Cinderace.
and Court Check.
Mr. Hazard Control, like the number one hazard controller.
I don't like to
just
rely on
yeah.
him.
You don't like to rely on the number one way to remove hazards.
Because that means
Well,
you
that-
can't set hazards.
That's fine. You just set up theirs. Court change is the reason Cinderace is so good in OU.
Because of Joseph.
Just in
Also
general.
just good in draft, just
I-
like general fast thing that would just kill you.
I just like clicking choice better than Pyro Balls. I'm not gonna lie.
I think his hazard control is actually pretty solid.
Yeah, it's fine. I even think his utility is honestly pretty good. Like with Sableye,
We have a Brainstorm, we bought a Bastardon. we bought
Oh
a
my God.
Cinderace.
And look how much pivot this guy has.
U-turn, flip
He's
turn,
got
U-turn,
U-turn
flip
on
You-
2 mons, 3 mons,
Flip turn.
flip turn on a
Like-
really fast mon. I mean, just those 4 Pokemon alone would probably win entire games. Then you slap a Raging Bolt with Terra on top of it, and then your 6th mon of choice.
It's Florges.
It's Bastiodon.
It's Chestnut.
It's any of them.
Just
They're
name
good.
all of them. All of them
They're all
except
good.
for Porygon-Z.
It's the one that I think's funny of the week.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? When Porygon Z seems to be the weakest mon in your team, it's not even a terrible mon. They should have let that thing keep Z moves only.
I should have gave it Z conversion.
Yeah, as a
Just make
signature.
it, just make it Soul Blaze or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. What's his face?
Make it
got the
just
healer.
like Geomancy, make it take 2 turns. But not double all the stats.
I was about to say we are not letting Porygon-Z.
No.
have-
It would work the same as Z conversion, but instead of a Z move slot, it takes 2 turns. It takes a power herb slot instead.
Lovely. But is that everything? Are we
Yeah, that's all the
done?
teams. Now we gotta
All teams.
put them on a tier list, right?
I don't have one of those.
Or are we not
ready.
doing that?
Uh,
No.
We should have.
No.
We could.
But I think that's
post one
that's
after
cut.
the fact. Yeah.
We'll just, or we're gonna, just have a transition screen real
Yeah,
quick.
just cut. We'll do like a fucking PowerPoint transition with like the blocks all like moving around.
Whoa, a tier list with dudes.
With people even.
Let's talk about Komodo team. That's the.
That's that boys team. That's the Dragapult, Garchomp, Horv team.
Uh,
The Drag, no Mag.
Drag in the front, mag in the back. There's no mag.
That's the Mullet team.
There's no mag here.
That is not a flattering nickname to have for your team.
Where are we gonna put the mullet team?
I'd probably put it around like A or B.
That's
I
what
think
I
it's
was
pretty
thinking.
solid, but it's not.
Yeah,
It's got a
yeah.
lot of issues, but nothing that can't be overcome with pure power.
Overwhelming violence.
Yeah,
I think we put him in B for now and see where we lie.
yeah. I think that's
Yeah,
good.
I'm okay with that.
The Machamp team. I can't even read what that says.
That's Windu's team.
Cool.
The Palafin, Heatran, Gliscor, Zapdos.
I think this is A. I like this a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's just it's basic in the way that it's just a lot of really good Pokemon. You know,
And
some-
Lechonk.
a
And
bunch of
Lechonk.
OU staples: Regidrago, Conk, and Lechonk. Yeah, I'd probably put it A. It's really solid. There's one downside to the team,
Yeah.
and it's the 1-pointer, so it's really not even that big of a downside.
We'll have to see how the team works in practice. It's pretty bold
Yeah.
on paper. The Crabman.
Crabman.
Hey, crap, man.
212 Pels team.
This
That's
is
the Urshifu Single Strike Quaquaval team.
Yes. I think it's B. This is my thoughts. I think it's
Yeah, I
worse than
liked it.
Kamaro.
It's got issues with it, but it's not a bad team at all. I would probably it's probably average.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
low B is what I'd give it so far.
Yeah, I'll give it low B.
Yeah.
The Berry Wisps. Eerie Wisps.
Harry Wisps, isn't it?
Let's cut off then.
Gotcha. Yeah, Don Bozo's team.
Okay.
I mean, this is a minimum.
Yeah, I think it's there. I think it's the
I
best team
think
so far.
It later it may encroach S,
Depending on what we
um,
look at. or how
but for
we
now
play
I would
this.
keep it A.
I'm a little worried about Tentacruel and.
I think Tentacruel is underrated. I think the only problem on this team would be Meloetta.
I disagree. I mean, okay, the fact that we can argue about which one is the issue, I think does prove its goodness.
Yeah, it's solid for sure. It's definitely the best team on the list so far.
Los Angeles Landers, is that what that says?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's Natural Cura's team. That's the Latios Kingambit Primarina
Ah.
team.
Ah,
It's S.
Yes, it's very good.
The only downside is their 1 point. Everything else on this team is literally insane.
I knew Glaceon is Wayne, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's Wayne. which is the Latios Clefable Iron Treads team.
I also think it's like low A probably.
I think I
Yeah.
was thinking high B is what I was thinking.
Honestly, I'd probably give it A. I think it has a lot of strong, even like the low point mons are really strong for their point value.
I'll give it A minus for Galvanized Explosion.
Yeah. If it doesn't happen, I'll never know, but I'll be very disappointed.
It has 3 mons it can click explosion with, all 3 types.
Oh, holy shit.
Peak.
So I think it should be an S plus actually.
This is Ditto's team.
Yeah, that's
Sure?
Ditto's team, which was the Charger
It's
Bug
the
Annihilate
Terra-
team.
Yeah,
Ah.
the defining characteristic is charge bug.
It is though.
I mean, obviously, Terra Annihilate, Tinglu, and Shaman are all really strong. But there's a Charger Bug on this team.
I think we give it A.
I don't think this can be S, just
think
because
we
the
put
low
it-
end is pretty low.
I think we put it behind Bozos.
I'd probably agree to that. It relies pretty heavily on those 3 Pokemon to do good. Now, they are really good 3 Pokemon, so they will probably do well. But it could be more solid.
The roll kicking Vic Blastos.
That is Perimeter's team, which is the Great Tusk, Tornadus Theron, Ogerpon, Slowking team.
It's the VGC team.
It's the VGC team.
I'm thinking
With
B.
The
thoughts.
2 Magnapoles. Honestly, I don't know. This feels really strong. I mean, it's top 4 are all really good, and then its bottom 6 are not terrible either. The Magneton Probopass both being Magnapole, that's a lot of defensive overlap. That's probably not very good, as funny as it is.
I think it's a solid B team.
I think it's probably the highest in B if it's B.
I'm cool with that. Chiva.
Chiva's dead.
Okay. Oh, we have
No.
Regigigas with a Glock next.
Holy shit.
Is
That's
the
Lord Nobody's team. That's the Golden Go Greninja Baxcalibur and Amorous Incarnate.
Right.
Am I cooked for saying this is an S tier?
Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think you're cooked. I think it is an S tier team.
I think it's distinctly worse than the last S tier team.
For sure. This is definitely like an S minus, but I still just think this is really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I think you guys like it more than I do. I'm not. Other than the Dragon Fairy Steel Core, I don't like this team very much at all, if I'm being honest. But if group says S, we'll put it S. I do not agree with S.
My reasoning is that, you know, the first 5 Mons are also top heavy. You know, a lot of points were spent on that. But then they were complemented by the low tier Pokemon that are really, you know, really good. Except for Regigigas.
Lilligant without Sun's gonna be a little rough in my opinion. Bax is really good, don't get me wrong. I don't know. I don't personally like this team.
Lilligant doesn't need Sun. It's got Hustle, which
There's
I know,
Hustle and Victory Dance.
Yeah, I know Hustle, you know, yeah, you're gonna miss. It's still 80%. You're gonna hit the important ones. You may miss, and maybe it costs you a game, but that's less likely than you hitting. You know, if it ain't 100, it's 0. I know, but 80's not that bad. I would put it, if we're putting it, I honestly, I would put it probably below Don Bozo's team.
Yeah,
overall.
yeah.
It does have a really solid core, but maybe it's not S material.
Up next we have the Kyoto.
It's Arian's team.
I recognize this
Alright.
team, yeah. Arian's team.
I mean, it's the Urshifu Rapid Galarian Slowking.
Hard to go wrong with that.
It is really hard to grow. This team breaks really hard. It's looking at it again, its defensive backbone is decently solid, but it does have some holes in it. Like this team feels a little weak to water, but the Arbor Leaf it does help with that a significant amount. I mean, I hate to overload the A tier, but I don't think this team could be any lower than that.
What about the New York Glaceons? What was that team?
That was Wayne.
Do we think this team is better than that?
I don't. I think Wayne's team can
Then
move
I'm
down.
gonna. So you think? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say then.
I think that it seemed good when we're looking at it. It still is good,
None
but
of the teams
compared to the rest of
we've
the teams that we've
looked
been
at
looking at,
so far have been distinctly bad.
well, we'll see.
I mean, that we've put so far. Is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Your team next.
Next is mine. I will not be commenting on mine.
Okay, well, it's got two of the most iconic hyper offense cores in Rillaboom Sneasler and Alola Ninetales Kyurem. I am a little concerned. They don't exactly fight
They don't
against each other
synergize.
at all.
No, but I don't
But
know
they-
if they synergize incredibly well with
Yeah,
each
they
other
don't
either.
synergize, but they don't fight each other. They're kind of just both there.
And I mean, you can pivot into it, but I'm worried that's like the biggest struggle is how you like go through the two things
Right.
back and forth.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, the defensive core is pretty solid. And Polion with Grassy Terrain, like you said, is really strong. Luckily, it doesn't take Hail Chip anymore, which is nice. And I guess with Raikou Terra, there is another thing that does take advantage of Snow. You know, you can Terra it Ice, it can get a defense boost, or it can just click Weather Ball and have Ice Stab. So two archetypes can work well together.
I will say, I think you guys are underestimating Sneasler behind screens.
No, Sneasler
That
and
is also
screens
true.
is pretty good, but Sneasler is just good. Behind anything, of course, he's gonna be good.
Yeah, and you're not even just set to just Rillaboom Sneasler. You could just run one or the other like pretty reliably, to be honest.
Yeah, you don't have to bring both, or you can bring both, and it really won't hurt anything. It is very hyper offense. I'd either put it in S or the highest of A, or just below Don Bozo's team. What do you think, Shiva? That's
Okay,
about.
I'm okay. I'm good. Let's put it in S. I don't like overloading S, so we'll drop Lord Nobody to A. I think that's fine. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with him staying.
I thought Lord of Nobody was already in A.
Lord Nobody
Or I thought-
is is.
Oh, is an
only
A?
team
Okay, my
S
fault.
is me and
Bozo. That's fine.
not Bozo.
That's
Oh, shit.
Natural Cura.
Nachikura.
I'm not paying attention at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say she wasn't
You're
paying a
the-
lot of attention.
Mm-hmm. Clearly,
Let's go.
Okay, we got there in the end.
We have 5 teams left.
All right, this is Two Cheapies team next. The oh yeah, holy shit! This one was the Landerist Iron Bundle
Yes.
Raging Bolt team. Am I insane for saying this is the easiest S?
I think it's pretty solid. I like all 3 of the teams in S. I like 2 of them equally and 1 more, but that's bias.
yeah, for sure.
I think this team is really good on paper. I've brought this up with teams before. We'll see how it is in practice. But on paper, fucking great.
Up next is, I believe, Mini.
I'm a little concerned involving this team.
Yeah, like we said, you know, this team was very out there. You know, it's a big risk that I think could pay off. There's decent bits of synergy in here, but it also feels kind of random.
I think
don't-
we put it in C is my thoughts.
Yeah, I don't know about Partial Sun. You guys said earlier that you like Partial Sun. I don't know about whether in draft period.
I like Partial Sun, and I like how this team tried to work with Partial Sun, but I don't think this team can work without its Sun Abusers.
I think the issue I have with Partial Sun is it's too easy for somebody else to take advantage of your weather as well. It's too easy to equalize if you don't have a consistent weather abuser.
I feel like if you're gonna do partial weather, I like partial snow. Hence why I drafted it, because unless you have like the Kyurem or the backs, I have this.
Because snow isn't really an archetype.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, snow's fake. If you're gonna have partial weather, I think you need one dedicated abuser.
And I don't know if Gouging Fire is him.
Like Pelipper and Barraskewda can fit on a draft team, because Pelipper is actually a pretty good Pokemon. Even Barraskewda can be used in certain matchups, and then together, obviously they're very strong. But you don't need to bring either of them. So I'd probably stick it in C, like we did.
Alright. The next one is...
Jesus Christ. The Walking Wake Weavile Excadrill team.
I think highest B.
I don't know. I think this team's actually pretty solid. It does have weird webs out of nowhere, but I think it could be a pretty a low A, pretty easily, or somewhere in the middle even.
I don't know. I'm not feeling this team as hard as other ones. I kind of agree with Maki on this.
You think a high B?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it
think high
highest
B,
B, right above Glaceon.
I think that's fair.
I think it's a good team. I gushed about Zoro earlier. I think it's still a solid team.
I think that team could easily perform like an S team if its pilot is
Cracked.
skilled enough.
Next up is Ash with a gun pointed at him.
Beast Kevin, the Iron Boulder Como-O team.
All right. Where are we putting this?
Well, this team has a lot to like, but its win cons aren't consistent. None of them are.
I want to put it in C. Is what
I think I want to put it B too. I think it's solid. There's a lot to love.
Did you say B?
C? I said B. I don't think it's C.
I was thinking in front of Mini Nitty, but I think
because
the King Lo team is better than it.
I think the teams that they have, the Pokemon that they have with the Wish support they have are actually very good.
Wish support does carry this team.
Galarian Weezing is really solid. Porygon 2 with Terra is really solid. Metagross is really solid. My issue is just that like Thundurus, Therian, Iron Boulder, Como-O, those are your like main win cons. Maybe sometimes Crocodile, but they're not consistent. They have a hard time breaking through teams, and if they fail, it puts you in a pretty bad position. But I wouldn't put it lower than B.
That leaves you, Chivo. You're a tiebreaker.
This really is just a Chiva team with a fucking coat of paint. So I'd probably put it lower. I'd probably put it under, probably. You are right though that the Wish support does go crazy.
So you're saying high C, low B. What's your rule?
I'll take C.
Okay.
I'll take high C on this.
Is that what we're going with?
Yep, that's fun with me.
And this is Dolan, right? Our last team.
Edolin. I'm sorry. I think it's a D team.
I trying to find something good, not to just attack. Yeah,
Not just
right.
a shit
There's
on
no
your division.
synergy.
You're too top heavy. You blew your budget on.
You're really top heavy, and your top doesn't even synergize with each other. It's just good stuff. Go. I really don't see this team winning unless the team it comes up against is so unbelievably weak to Chi-Yu.
I do think as a whole, everybody's teams are pretty consistent.
Yeah, I mean, this division seems really strong overall. I mean, you saw how top heavy our A started to get. It was really hard to put many teams down lower. It's just a really strong draft overall. And what I like about it is it doesn't seem like anybody got too strong of a combination, you know? Like, it doesn't seem like, oh my god, who let him get that? It's over before it even started, you know?
Yeah, no, that's 100% true.
There's no Valiant pull calls running.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's this. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Well, probably not catch you next time, but bye. Make sure to check out the other PLs. They're probably better than mine. Peace.
They probably don't even exist.